Leon Valley Police Chief Joe Salvaggio is the poster child for government corruption. He routinely abuses his office and misuses public resources to target his political opponents. Unfortunately, the Blue Lion lets him get away with it. But it shouldn't be surprising that government does not hold itself accountable. It's up to you and me, up to the people, to end corruption. Salvaggio tries to take out the political opposition with bogus investigations, false charges, illegal rules, frivolous complaints, and, when all else fails, by hiring private investigators. But there is one commonality between all of his dirty tactics. He routinely lies about people who he does not like. It's likely that Salvaggio and his officers will continue to lie at city council meetings, as witnesses under oath, to the news media, on the stand in court, and in complaints against councilors. Lately, he's been spewing lies about Councilor Will Bradshaw, candidate Josh Stevens, and myself. It's important to be informed about Salvaggio's lies because Salvaggio and his officers might be the only ones speaking at meetings and hearings. They often silence others. Last year, they even kicked out witnesses for the other side.
Apparently, only witnesses for the other side can count as witnesses.
Salvaggio lied multiple times while under oath during the removal hearing for former councilor Benny Martinez. For instance, Salvaggio claimed that no witnesses were turned away intentionally. Video shows otherwise. Salvaggio's officers blocked witnesses who came to testify for Benny Martinez from entering City Hall, even after they told the officers that they were witnesses.
Sir, we're already at capacity. Nobody else is being allowed in the building.
I'm a witness.
Sir?
I'm a witness.
On
what?
Sir, are you a witness?
Yes.
Okay, are you on the docket?
I don't know.
Okay, what's your name, sir?
Well, in there now.
I'll be right back, okay?
Thank you.
So let me go.
Okay, thank you. Chief, do you have a statement or what?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. If you'll begin, please. Thank you.
First and foremost, I've got some things that I want to, before I even begin my statement, to clear up some things that were said yesterday, some questions that were brought up today, most of them by Councilor Bradshaw. So let me say that on the comment of witnesses being turned away yesterday, we didn't even know there were witnesses. Nobody's told anybody there were witnesses. Once we were told, I offered Councilman Martinez's attorney to let the witnesses in, but we don't have a list to know who the witnesses are. She rudely stated the charter and procedures don't require her to do so. I ask you, as such, how can we let people in as witnesses if we don't know who they are and nobody wants to tell us? Did Councilman Martinez provide a list? No, he didn't. Did Councilman Bradshaw provide a list who was running interference for her? No, he didn't either. So did we not let the witnesses in when you identified the issue, Councilor Bradshaw? We brought her in immediately.
Not immediately, no. She was out there. I went
and it
out.
was brought up to us. We brought her in immediately. We had no idea.
I went out there,
right,
Chief, and talked to, I don't see the officer here in the room, but I said, she's a witness, and he said, we're figuring things out, and we're
Correct.
full. And he
Correct.
would not let her in.
Correct.
So it was not immediately. It
We
was
brought
not
her in.
until I went
We brought
and
her
talked
in.
to the mayor and Ms.
Yeah.
Kinsler that
Yeah.
they let her in.
Exactly.
Yeah, I talked to Ms. Kinsler
So-
about it.
so
Ms. Kinsler
absolutely.
intervened to bring her in.
And we were going through the process to try to figure out, because we were already full. Nobody had told us anything about witnesses, or we would have reserved rows for them, just like we did these witnesses here. Had we been told, we would have gladly accommodated, and we gladly accommodated. So getting up here and saying those statements that we were refusing witnesses, there was no witnesses turned away intentionally. It was the fact that nobody was cooperating with us so that we can ensure the security.
Body camera footage collected from Salvaggio's officers shows that witnesses were turned away, kicked out, and harassed during the hearing.
Are you here for the city council meeting? So unfortunately, we already reached the max capacity.
I'm a witness.
Oh, are you?
You're a witness?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have anybody that's with you?
Will.
Will? Come with me.
Are y'all here for the city council?
Witness?
So we already reached the max.
Witness. I'm not sure.
The witnesses for Salvaggio's team were given preferential treatment. They had reserved seating at the front of the council chambers, and they had a special room to gather in before the meetings. Witness Sarah Smart was initially allowed into the meeting, but after officers realized that she was a witness for the other side, they kicked her out of City Hall and would not allow her into the hearing. She sent a text message to Counselor Will Bradshaw, who was inside the meeting, to let him know.
Apparently, only witnesses for the other side can count as witnesses.
I don't find that to be. Okay, I think.
There's a website that you can get on.
All right.
Did Councilman Bradshaw provide a list who was running interference for her?
Bradshaw helped Sarah into the meeting, and Salvaggio's political establishment banned cell phones in retaliation.
You want to show them to the seats?
They're done?
Yeah, one more.
One more?
One more. That'll be her.
No, I'm here as a witness. I was here
Okay,
about
ma'am.
15 minutes
Okay.
ago.
Go ahead and place
You haven't
your
been here for
bag.
15 minutes.
I've been
Just
here
hold on just a minute. We're still trying to figure out what we're going to do, okay?
He's going to check your bag and I'll go ahead and warn you.
Yes, sir, I understand that, but we're at capacity already.
People are going
Okay.
in front of me.
Because I was told that I could let two in. There were two ladies that were here before her.
No, they were not here before
Ma'am,
me. I
I'm
was
not going to
right
argue the
there.
I'm not going to argue the point with you.
Ma'am, I just need to warn you. Go ahead and leave your bag on the table. Oh.
He already looked.
Yeah,
No, I got one.
Oh.
So just extend your arms, please.
Hey, well, you can still call me as a witness, though. You're
Yes.
going to have to let me in.
Yep. We're done.
We're done. We're done.
And he can go back in, right?
No? Yeah.
All of the officers.
So unfortunately, we've already reached the max capacity. We're not allowing anybody else inside the building.
Not in here?
Nowhere. No standing room today.
Completely full. But we do have
We're
this
following the
link
fire
to
code, ma'am. There is no standing room today.
The what?
We have a link.
I got a seat already.
Oh, I got the link.
You can go to the link. You can hang out here and go to the link if you like.
How come Richard went in?
He was already in there.
Did we not let the witnesses in when you identified the issue, Councilor Bradshaw? We brought her in immediately.
Not immediately, no. She
Again.
was out there. I went
When it was
out.
brought up to us, we brought her in immediately.
When witnesses told officers that they were there for Benny Martinez, they were told that the meeting was full and they would have to wait outside in 100-degree weather.
Sir, we're already at capacity. Nobody else is being allowed in the building.
I'm a witness.
Sir?
I'm a witness.
On...
On what?
Sir? Are you a witness?
Yes.
Okay, are you on the docket?
I don't know.
Okay, what's your name, sir?
Well, in here now.
I'll be right back, okay?
Thank you.
We would have gladly accommodated, and we gladly accommodated. So getting up here and saying those statements that we were refusing witnesses, there was no witnesses turned away.
Yes, sir, we're at capacity. We're not letting anybody else. We were never provided a witness list, so you're not on the witness list.
Well, I'm on the list, but probably.
We were never provided a witness list,
Okay.
so we cannot go by that. So we're at capacity. You can more than welcome to hang out here with everybody else.
Okay, so how do I come when I'm called?
Once you're called, we'll come get you, sir.
Okay, with where I need to be.
I have no idea, sir. You're not on the witness list.
Well, okay, let's do this logically. Okay?
I'm doing it logically, sir. No, we're at capacity.
Cool, okay?
I'm cool.
No, you're not.
I am, sir.
I need to be somewhere where you can find me, so I need to know.
Yes, sir.
where
You
I
can
need to-
you can stand out here.
You're not saying, no.
Well, then you can wait in your vehicle. You can give one of the officers a phone number, and we'll get a hold of you.
Is there room? How about the council or the?
Everything's closed. This is the only thing open to the public today.
Okay.
There was no witnesses turned away.
And I'm not going to go over that interference.
All right, sir. You're either going to wait in the conference room or you're going to leave the building. That's the rules. They said you can wait in the conference room or you can leave the building.
Not in here.
Yeah.
February the Where is
this enough room for people to get
Yes, sir.
To protect themselves from Salvaggio's lies, current and former counselors, as well as members of the public, wear body cameras when they go to City Hall. I wear one too, and so should you. You should wear a body camera during all possible interactions with government. I have a link below in the description so you can pick up one of these CamPro body cameras that all of us trust. But now Salvaggio's team is trying to ban body cameras too.
I do think the cameras have become an interference. I don't think council people should be doing videos from the dais.
What's changed is there's things going on during the meetings that are not being recorded, and then there's allegations being thrown around of what happened, and there's no evidence of it. It's just one side against another saying what happened. So me recording here is for my own safety and protection. It's unfortunate that that's the world we live in now, that we have to do that. These other residents here that are wearing body cameras are doing it for their own protection because they're being accused of things that they can show on video they did not do.
And that's not the only time Chief Salvaggio lied under oath. He lied about the number of police officers present at the hearing. To prevent residents from being able to attend the public meeting to see what their government is doing, Salvaggio packed City Hall with police officers, fire marshals, and other city staff. In an effort to control how many members of the public could see what was going on at City Hall, they set an arbitrary cap of 70 people to be allowed inside. They then filled the meeting with 23 police officers, other staff, and witnesses, which accounted for over half of the arbitrary capacity limit. Numerous residents were turned away when they tried to attend the meeting. Councilor Bradshaw confronted Salvaggio about disenfranchising the residents. He stated that someone counted 23 officers who were taking up space that could have been opened up for the residents.
I wouldn't have seen texts from citizens that were trying to get into this meeting yesterday that were turned away because of capacity issues. Somebody took a count and told me there was 23 uniformed officers here, 7 city staff witnesses, 8 other city employees, totaling at least 38 people. And we were told there's only 70 people allowed in City Hall. So that makes more city staff than citizens that were allowed to be in a quote-unquote public meeting yesterday. There were issues with the live stream link, all kinds of issues, which seems like an effort to keep citizens from being heard, which earlier I requested we allow citizens to be heard, which was denied by this council. And I would like to reconsider allowing citizens to be heard after all the arguments.
Okay, we'll bring it up at that time. then. Okay, I know Ms. Kinsler always has her cell phone, so are you also prohibited from using your cell phone?
No, it just said members.
Just said the council.
Okay, all right, just so we know, because I know
And just so you know, I'm constantly responding on my cell phone, so if that, just want to make sure that's still okay. We've discussed it already as the council, but I just want to make sure that's still okay.
Salvaggio claimed that Bradshaw lied. Salvaggio said only 17 police officers were there.
You brought this up earlier. And I am a witness to what you're saying is why. You brought it up and lied to this entire room.
I lied to the room.
You lied to the room about the number of people, police officers that I have in the room and had in the room. You spread misinformation. So I'm going to correct that for you today so everybody knows.
Okay.
So you can go correct it on social media as well, sir.
You're under oath.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And it is these intense and completely misleading statements, as well as the propaganda mailed out to thousands of citizens in our community, that forced us to adopt additional security measures. To not do so would have been negligent on our part and would have exposed the city to additional scrutiny and litigation, something we are very concerned about. In addition, there were not 38 officers in here, as you said earlier, not even close. There were 17 officers yesterday.
I did not say there's 38 officers.
I'll let you
17 officers
respond after
yesterday
he finishes.
and 14 today. Only 3 of those were on overtime, and only 2 were invisible in here in a uniform, and 2 in the lobby. Most of those you never saw. That's a fact. Last, Councilman Bradshaw, the misinformation for you earlier on the junk vehicles is wrong in this meeting, has nothing to do with what we're here for. The meeting you were talking about, I was only addressing whether the inspection stickers can be removed from our ordinance, nothing more. You continuously change what the discussion points were about. I'm not gonna sit here and go through this today because it's got nothing to do with this and the investigation of Councilman Martinez. But I categorically deny your version of the so-called incidents that you described earlier as well. That said, I don't see any relevance to this investigation, nor is this about you. It has nothing to do with you. This is about him, and I'd ask that we quit wasting these citizens' time talking about things that has no bearing on the investigation that we're here to talk about.
Okay.
So,
can I just say
sure.
something? It was brought up by Ms. Alcacer about the intervention, and so that's how it flowed, is the way I recall.
It didn't need to be read in its entirety.
No, but
and
it was, since we read her letter in full, I think in all fairness, we had to read his letter in
She
full.
read it in full because she was asked to by Councilman Bradshaw.
Well, but
that's
still,
a little misrepresentation as well.
I think it
ma'am.
just had to be fair
I don't
on
think
both
it had
sides.
anything to do with this, ma'am, quite honestly.
Okay, but I
And
just wanted to
respectfully.
clarify that.
In an interview with News 4 San Antonio, Salvaggio changed his story and said that 23 officers were present at the first meeting, which is exactly what Bradshaw said on the record.
When the first special meeting of the Lehigh Valley Council unfolded early last month, nearly 24 of Lehigh Valley's men in blue were on hand to provide security.
July 2nd, we had 23 officers because of the threats and the things that they were asking for the citizens by the thousands to come march on City Hall.
The behavior on the last 3 years has not changed, and up till Friday.
Last night, Chief Salvaggio revealed a new wrinkle, an outside investigation of 13 Martinez backers. Those include Mayor Chris Riley and Councilman Will Bradshaw.
Chief Salvaggio does not like to be challenged, and if you publicly criticize his tyrannical tactics, get ready for him to come after you. But I won't give up. So you don't miss any Lehigh Valley developments, please subscribe to my channel and enable all notifications. Also, consider joining as a channel member. You'll be supporting my work and you'll get special perks such as advance and exclusive access. For example, tomorrow's video has been available to channel members since last week. And yet another lie, Salvaggio claimed that Counselor Benny Martinez had a secret family who he was taking care of. Salvaggio railed outrageous accusations against Martinez, accusing him of sending inappropriate communications to the city administrators. The truth is that Benny Martinez received this Facebook message from a citizen, Darren Chung, who was concerned about a police encounter. Martinez merely forwarded the concern along to the city manager, as we should expect our city officials to do. Most Texas police agencies allow a licensed driver to come drive the vehicle away instead of burdening the ticketed driver with additional towing and impound fees. For example, the San Antonio Police Department policy allows 30 minutes for someone to come pick up a vehicle before it is towed.
On June 5th, 2018, if you can scroll down a little bit, during a city council meeting, Councilman Martinez told a story about a young girl who was stopped heading to the pharmacy to get medicine for her ill mother. He stated he was concerned, and this is public if you want to go up there and look at the video. He was concerned about the vehicle being towed and not allowing her sick mother to come pick her up. This was the first I'd heard of it, and he didn't provide any specifics for me to go back and research. After the council meeting, he advised me that the issue was concerning a family that he helped support, and he didn't believe we should have towed the vehicle. He's interceding on behalf of somebody that he helped support. Does that sound legal? He further stated, is there anything that could be done to help this family? I took this as a request to have the ticket dismissed or not charge her for the towing and storage fees. I told him to email me the information and I would look into it, not thinking that we'd actually put it in writing and do so. Unbeknownst to me at the time, Councilor Martinez had previously sent a text to Ms. Kinsler concerning the amount of the tow, also stating, not saying it was right. You can see his
Chief,
picture.
you're incorrect.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
not a text. He private messaged me on
Okay.
Facebook.
Private message, my bad. Go back up, because like you'll see it. No, right, no, I'm sorry. Right there. No, back to the private message. You can see his face there in the bottom left corner. No doubt it's him. Sent the private message to Ms. Kinsler concerning the amount of the tow, also stating, not saying it was right for her to drive without a valid license, but her mother is currently out of work due to health and she's a student. And I asked because, unfortunately, they are financially dependent on me currently, and I now have to pay $295 a release when I could have had to pick it up within 5 minutes. And as you can see, I'm quoting it, the language exactly as it's stated there. In reality, this was nowhere close to the truth of what occurred. Yet, as we've seen tonight, the intentional misinformation was already put out for everyone at the council meeting as truth. This screenshot will also be in their book. The following day, June 6, 2018, I sent Councilman Martinez an email. I didn't know about this. Titled, Impound Lot Concern from June 5th, council meeting. On August 6, 2018, I think it's in there. Yeah, right there. On August 6, 2018, Councilman Martinez sent an email to Ms. Kinsler and Mayor Riley stating, look at the police activity. There are a lot of citations given the vehicle impounded. Again, language or grammar is his. Do we have a policy or procedures where someone is given a choice to call someone to get the car or be impounded? Again, we've never heard any issues before. All of a sudden, we're advocating for a person that is personal to him, and you're going to see that throughout what I'm talking about today. I responded to Ms. Kinsler on August 8, 2019 with the procedures for towing the vehicle, stating it's the officer's discretion whether to tow the vehicle or not. We have no policy, or nor do I ask them to tow vehicles. They tow vehicles when they see it as appropriate and according to the law. That email is included as well. On August 21st, 2018, Councilman Martinez sent me a response. If you can scroll down to the ticket, please. So on August 21st, I received this ticket, number 164072, as you saw. If you can go back up, or wherever it was at. I tell you, in 32 years, I've never had a councilman or any official attempt to intercede on behalf of another person whom had received a citation, especially one in which he has a personal relationship. How do you think that this is making me feel when one of the council people that can make determinations on my career, my officer's career, is sending me tickets and making discussion with me about the cost and about the poor girl mom being sick and just trying to go pick up medicine? I'll tell you how I took it and how I felt, is I'm being asked to do something illegal. Several council members have had family members, wife and kids, including one of our former councilmen is in the room, get citations, and they never came and asked about the incident or asked for any preferential treatment. That's the way it's supposed to be. We shouldn't be having these discussions. I responded back to him on August 23rd, 2018 with my findings. Again, the facts were nothing like had been stated in the city council meeting, and he should have not interceded on behalf of another person in a criminal investigation, as minor as the criminal investigation may be. He never replied or gave any idea why he was interceding on the behalf of the ticketed adult. This was an 18-year-old adult.
This was yet another political character assassination by Police Chief Joe Salvaggio. Who will he come after next? Will it be me? Counselor Bradshaw? Josh Stevens? Texas Sheepdog? Leave a video comment below letting me know what you think. Be an informed Leon Valley. Don't be lied to by the corrupt political establishment members who support and empower Salvaggio's tyranny. Know the truth. Thank you for watching, and always record the government.